Now, when I was a boy, I always learned that heaven is a place of happiness. When we die, when we have been living in peace and friendly and correct, not stealing, not lying, not killing somebody, when we die, we will come to heaven. Heaven is the place of happiness, because in heaven you are very close to God, to the Almighty God. But here I learned that heaven is not the place of happiness. In that case, heaven was a place of war. And then I remember from my Catholic education, even in our Christian tradition, it all starts with the war in heaven. Maybe you remember, there was an archangel with the name of Lucifer. And Lucifer, with his disciples one day, went to the throne of the Almighty God in heaven and said, "We don't serve you anymore." And then the Almighty God asked for the archangel Michael to destroy Lucifer, or to throw him and his disciples out of heaven. So I said to myself, but heaven is not the place of peace, of happiness. We must change the word of heaven. With heaven, they obviously mean space. Or we have other words in our religious books, for example, angels. What is an angel? I mean, in our tradition, how we have been educated, an angel is a peaceful being. Of course, in the designing, he has wings. He has some sort of halo around his head. He's a messenger from God. But I'm sorry, these angels, even the one in the Bible, and I will just prove this, they had sex with humans. And they made wars. So maybe we should change the word angel into the word of extraterrestrial. Now this is a transformation conference. And we have to think differently. And we came to a different result. I have done this. If we only change 10 words of the old holy writings into modern terms, like angel into extraterrestrial. Archangel is the boss of a group of extraterrestrials. Heaven is not heaven, heaven is space, etc. Just we change about 10 words in the old tradition, and we have a complete new meaning of the old text. And it starts to make sense. In the beginning, we have always translated everything in a religious and psychological form. But maybe this was wrong. Maybe it was reality. And we should look at these things as reality. Then, so many of our ancestors were brought into the heavens. I will come up with a few examples of this. Like the biblical Elijah, for example, you remember, or Enoch, I will speak about him. Even Abraham was brought into the heaven. All these figures were educated in heaven, and then they returned safe to earth. So heaven was in reality space.